Pause it.
No.
Takes a minute anyway. Seems like
Yeah,
we're
and
always
we've got
late.
2 minutes.
Because I mean,
We could just sit
somebody's
here.
not here.
We're busy.
Yeah.
You didn't have to look busy. I am. Yeah, we're gonna be right on time. It takes a long time to get loaded.
Theoretically. Be live. A little bit. Okay.
You can hear us. You do? Okay.
All right, we'll call the City of Kewaunee Common Council meeting to order for August 9th, 2024. Let the record show that all members are present with the exception of Blaha and Hospital excused. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. All right, item 3, approval of the July 15th, 2024 and July 24th, 2024 special common council minutes. If there are no additions or corrections, I would entertain a motion to approve both as submitted.
I so.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item 4, public comment communications, 3 minutes time limit per person. Would anyone like to speak under public comment tonight? Please step forward and state your name and address.
My name is Dale Humke. Address is 1340 Scott Street, Unit 3. And what I would like to make comments on is, I'm wondering and asking if the city of Kewaunee has made any plans for next year during the NFL draft that is in Green Bay. And it is in April next year. And there will be hundreds of thousands of people in Green Bay. And the overflow crowd is going to be all throughout the surrounding community. And I feel it would be a prime ideal time for the city of Kewaunee itself to present and bring forward the properties that Kewaunee has that something needs to be done on, like the property on 42 north of where Tractor Supply is. I understand there's a substantial amount of property there. Sewer and water are things in and absolutely nothing is taking place. Fisherman's Point downtown, which some people call Krause's of the past, is who owned it in the past and so forth. Has available property, the Hammercheck property, which is park property within the, obviously within the harbor area, and the Marquette School property, which has been standing empty for many years. during that time period, I feel that the city should do something to make those properties aware that they're available to people, if they are aware, I mean, if they are available to people, to let it be known that they are out there. I realize that this Chamber of Commerce should be involved in things like this to maybe assist the city, but not as the leader in it, because the city has all of these properties and they are, are aware. The, the business properties, the business, I should say, businesses in the community, like our hotels, motels, eating places, all, anything relative to tourism should already be well aware of what's happening during that time period. And there should be no reason for any of them not to be having substantial amount of business because of it. And as if you paid attention to last year in Detroit, they were just overwhelmed by people. And we are so close to Green Bay that I would expect that we will be the same, be very much overwhelmed by it. I think that, our Airbnbs, motels, hotels, eating establishments, and any other tourist business should already be preparing for this. It is the prime time for our city to join with these businesses and promote available city properties with the possibility that somebody may just come here and wish to buy something or wish to expand business here in this community. We have not seen business expansion to any great extent for some time. And I'm just encouraging you to do some things. I'm thinking possibly you could come put some sort of brochure of some sort together that would show these properties. And I know you can't just pass it out to people, but if everyone, all of these motels are full and the hotel is full and other things are there, I feel there's an opportunity to bring this forward to some people who may be staying here, or in the case if they're staying here, we have the opportunity to give them something to show what's happening here. And I guess I'm just here to encourage you to very much look at the opportunity that's going to be here with the thousands of people that are going to be in the area, and see if there's something that the city could bring forward to these people. Maybe that might cost something to put together some, I wouldn't call it necessarily advertising, but advertising to an extent of the community properties, and in conjunction with some of these businesses, be able to possibly bring it forward to people. I think it's really a prime time to take advantage of what may be there that we can't accommodate it all by itself. And one comment I was gonna make is this 2 weeks ago, the Mad Dog and Merrill TV group was down at the harbor, and I happened to be down there, and not happened to be, but I was down there and I went to it. And my son's, well, my granddaughter actually sent a message yesterday saying, "Dad, I saw you on TV." But I talked to and how was the food? But anyway, they live down north of Waukesha, and it was a outstanding coverage of the community according to them. I forgot it was going to be on and I didn't watch it myself. But my son was telling me how fantastic the coverage was of Kewaunee. They had overhead airplanes going over and taking pictures of the community and putting it on there and saying how, well, really how great everything is here, the fishing and the parks and so forth. And I don't know if I'm to the end of 3 minutes, but
Yes, sir.
I am.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, and thank you. I just wanted to make those comments and hope that you take them to heart. I don't know what I am capable of doing to help, but I would try in something.
Appreciate that, Dale. Thank you, Dale. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak under public comment this evening? Is there anyone else that wishes to speak under public comment this evening? Seeing none, we will close public comment. Item 5, boards, commissions, committee and staff reports. Any additions or corrections to any of those?
She's not
Motion to
here,
approve.
but she's not here, but I had a question for Robin. Is 32 rescues she had for the week, for the month, and I'm like, rescues what?
Yeah, I can't answer for her, but
Wait, are you talking rescue call? I gotta look. I saw that too.
I'm just curious. Just for the record.
any other questions on the boards, commissions, committee and staff reports? Not entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion. A second.
Any further discussion? We'll see if we can get clarification on that for you, Russ.
Mhm.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item 6, mayor's report. 6A, notice the council of change in finance committee chair to Robin Nelson through the remainder of the term ending April 14th, 2025. Robin will be taking the lead on finance. There won't be any other changes in that committee. Item 6B, approval of an appointment of Russell Anderson to Personnel Committee for remainder of term ending April 14th, 2025. So I asked Russ if he would be willing to serve on the Personnel Committee due to the fact that we've still got a vacancy in District 4. So he will be taking on that duty. He was willing to do that for us, so I appreciate that. So I would need a approval of that appointment, a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. One other couple things I'd like to note, I did attend a ribbon cutting at the Waterfront Event Center earlier this month. Jed, Alley and their team, put on a very spectacular, open house there. If you haven't been there, it's amazing. All the work that they put into that, they're certainly not completed yet, but the inside is really, really something. You know, we talk about investment in the community. The fact that we've got people like that willing to invest the amount of time, talent and treasure into something means they obviously believe in the city and the direction that we're going. And I did get to speak with them. They've definitely got more ideas and ambitions, and that's very welcoming. There are other businesses in town, of course, that are doing some things and look forward to some grand openings there. Volrath had their 150th anniversary. I know there were some council members that attended that this weekend. I unfortunately had to decline. I was out of state on a family matter. But I understand that was well attended in 150 years. Robin, what was it? Same family
The same family.
has owned Volrath for 150 years. And it's an amazing thing to have a company like that that's had the longevity in the city of Kewaunee. And again, there's another company that's believes in the people, the workforce and the community of Kewaunee. So it's very welcoming there as well. So that's all I have on our mayor's report. There is no unfinished business. Item 8A, adopt ordinance number 652-2024, amending chapter 94 zoning of the city of Kewaunee municipal code for specific minor amendments. As you see in your packet, Amendment A is an amendment section 94-6 to add 2 new definitions for brewery and brew pub in support of a proposed tap room and small scale brewery at the property located at 223 Milwaukee Street, which was recently rezoned to B2 Community Business District. B is an amendment repealing section 94-15.B12, which lists permitted uses in the B2 district, includes taverns, which will be amended to read tavern, brewery, or brew pub. And item C, an amendment to section 94-16.D to add a new subsection 7, which will be laundromat, self-service, which may include retail of laundry-related products such as soap or ancillary products through vending machines as a conditional use in the B3 Highway Business District. The first 2 amendments are designed to support the transition of the former hometown pharmacy location into a small brewing facility with a tap room, which wouldn't be a full brew pub since no food products will be prepared on site, but the amendment allows for such to locate on the property going forward. The third amendment, in pursuant to a request from the property owners of tax parcel number 31241 NE 2431-12, who are proposing a combination car wash and self-service laundromat on the property. Car washes are currently permitted in the B3 district, but not laundromats. At the recommendation of the Plan Commission, the laundromat use, as indicated, would be conditional use approval, public hearing with the Plan Commission, final approval by the Common Council. Analysis, these amendments meet the general purview of improving the flexibility of the city to see new commercial uses and activities in the city, which improves the city's fiscal capacity. No fiscal impact. Staff recommends the adoption of ordinance number 652-2024. So I would entertain a motion. We adopt ordinance number 652-2024.
I'll make that motion.
Any further discussion or questions regarding that? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve. Or, I'm sorry, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8B, approved bid for asphalt purchase for Hospital Road LRIP resurfacing project from Northeast Asphalt for asphalt purchase in the amount of $56.70 per ton. Nathan, you want to put any words around that for us?
The part of that LRIP project, that was the entitlement grant through the biennial budget process. We have to put out for bid for purchasing asphalt from a non-county entity, which Northeast Asphalt was the only bidder. It came in at $56.70 a ton. We're roughly thinking 580 ton to do a 2-inch repave over the top of that 1,500-ish foot stretch of Hospital Road from Hoffmeister to our southern border.
So as I'm seeing in the cost analysis, the project is estimated to cost approximately $32,860 based on that tonnage amount per ton. So that's what the council will be entertaining, and the fiscal notes, they are included in the fiscal year 2024 general fund budget with the additional funding coming from the state via the LRIP. So I would entertain a motion to approve the asphalt purchase from Northeast Asphalt in the amount of $56.70 per ton. And that would be an approximate value of $32,886.
I'll move.
Was that Russ?
Yeah.
And who's second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? I'll call the roll. Brown,
Yes.
Brewster,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Conley.
Aye.
Motion carried. I should have texted you on that one, Robin. All right, 8C, approve estimate to replace and upgrade doors on the Kewaunee Municipal Building by Lakeland Door for a total of $27,746. So the front door is directly to Fifth Street. The proposal includes the removal and replacement of the existing double doors, including ADA electronic automated access, and removal of the interior doors and hardware. The north side door is accessing the council chambers. The northeast door is warped and rusting, and the components are well past their useful life. The northwest door is similar but not warped. Both doors would be replaced with the northwest door, including ADA electronic automated access. Side exterior entrance doors, these are the doors that election voters usually access adjacent to the police department office. As with the front doors, this entrance will also include ADA electronic automated access on the exterior doors only, but the interior doors will be retained as this entrance has far less traffic and the interior would allow retention of heated, cooled air. This project does not include the south door, which essentially is an emergency exit, nor does it address the security access door into the garage area. The garage doors will be addressed separately. Project proposal estimate also excludes the power supply, which will be extended by public works staff. Council members may wonder why there is only one estimate when usually 2 to 3 are recommended/required. The answer is that Lakeland Door is a supplier for these products to other contractors for these services in this region. So requesting estimates from others would inherently include some level of support from this vendor. Hence, staff believes additional estimates are unnecessary as Lakeland Door can do the project for less cost than any other contractor. Staff forwarded this project to the Finance Committee for recommendation due to the source of the funding being ARPA funds. Current ARPA Fund 206 lists a balance of $54,556.21 as of June 30th. But the city also has an investment money market fund with the Bank of Luxembourg for $234,725.01 as of June 30. In short, the funds are there for this project. ARPA funds will be used for this project. Staff does recommend approval of this project. So I would entertain a motion to approve the estimated cost by Lakeland Door in the amount of $27,746 using available ARPA funds.
I'll make that motion.
We did discuss in finance.
We have a motion. Is there a second first?
Second.
Okay, go ahead, Kathy. Sorry, you have to go for the second first.
Okay, that's fine. Well, he was too quick on the motion.
Sorry.
We talked at finance about this being a necessity, but we wanted to make sure that it was clear to council that we do feel it's just as important to have the keypad and the access being changed here.
But that's coming later.
I get that, but we need to know that it was included. We didn't want one without the other being
I see.
approved because we don't want it not getting done.
Okay,
It really is pretty important,
yes, I agree.
so.
Just so you're aware of one company on site last week. Tuesday, I wanna say they visited, and I have another company showing up.
I know you didn't have time, Nate. I just wanted everybody to be aware we're approving that as well. I mean, we're all on the same page on that.
So that, we won't let that fade away.
Yeah, right.
Is there any further discussion? Ryman, you want to call a roll, please?
Sure. Conley,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Brewster,
Aye.
Russ Anderson.
Motion carried. 8D, approve engagement letter with Bowman Associates Limited for outsourced temporary accounting assistance. As with prior practice in the first few months of 2022, the city is requesting accounting assistance from Bowman Associates Ltd. to perform basic treasurer support duties for the city on an interim basis while the city recruits for the next clerk treasurer. Current city hall staff will be handling the basics of daily accounts payable, utilities payments, and the like. Bowman staff will be providing support by doing monthly bank and investment reconciliations with the city's workhorse accounting system and preparing the necessary reporting for monthly council meetings. Prior to her departure, the former clerk treasurer completed bank reconciliations for July, but the investment reconciliations could not be completed due to timing of reports receiving. Bowman would be providing full reconciliation support starting with August financials. The scope as attached includes more backup duties as needed, but the vast majority of the services will be in these areas. Staff also receives support through Workhorse for accounting questions and issues. And Workhorse will also provide the training as necessary for the accounting system for the next clerk treasurer. The engagement letter has a compensation rate of $150 up to $400 per hour through though support costs should be relatively less and would be paid via the open personnel cost for the vacant position. Finance Committee did recommend for approval. As noted, this will be paid via unspent personnel funds for the currently vacant position. Staff recommends approval. The engagement letter will be signed and sent to formalize the assistance. So I would entertain a motion to approve the engagement letter with Bauman Associates LTD.
No move.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Are they gonna be on site all the time or is this done remotely? I know.
Most everything should be remotely, I think almost entirely.
They're out in,
Okay.
They could be on site if requested, but of course you've got
Yeah, I mean,
travel and all
yeah, I
that.
saw the travel and
Yeah.
meals and hotel and all that would have to be at our expense if they're coming here every day, but
So we don't anticipate much in person necessary. Any further discussions?
Well, this is the same group we had last time.
Before, right.
Yeah, so we've worked with them before.
If there is no further discussion, please call the roll.
Conley,
yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Brewster,
I,
Anderson,
Aye.
Nelson, I.
Motion carried. Thank you. 8E, appointment of the ad hoc committee to update comprehensive outdoor recreation plan. So at the July 15th special meeting, the Common Council authorized the contract addendum with Cedar Corporation to update the now expired comprehensive outdoor recreation plan. The process for this plan update would be best served through an ad hoc committee that would be a combination of council members, plan commission representation, Parks and Recreation Committee representation, and local residents. Following discussion, staff worked out the following list for the ad hoc committee. Paul Jerdal, Nathan Seiler, Laura Garrell, Scott Oftedal, Jason Carnup, Amber Binney, Russell Anderson. Cedar staff has discussed this with Paul Jerdal and Laura Garrell, and they were excited by the opportunity. Alderman Oftedal signaled his willingness to participate as well as Ms. Binney. The analysis. Staff initially contacted Parks and Recreation Committee members, but there wasn't much enthusiasm outside of Ms. Binney. The Plan Commission would be alternative to this, but it's more capital project specific than planning. Project scope does include Plan Commission involvement later on, and cross communication will be a factor given the proposed committee membership. The ad hoc committee would be a temporary assignment and would be disbanded when the work is completed. There is no fiscal note. Staff recommends the approval. Establish a corp ad hoc committee. Regardless of whether the committee is established, Cedar Corporation will need to engage the city with initial kickoff work to get the update completed. So I would entertain to approve the ad hoc committee members as noted.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8F, adopt resolution number 2024 to 2044, removing Joanne Lesser as authorized business officer and adding Heath Eddy as authorized business officer for the city of Kewaunee's Visa credit card. So the city maintains a credit card program through Visa, which includes several cards authorized to certain department heads for use for purchases under the city's adopted purchasing policy. With her resignation last month, Joanne Lesser's credit card was terminated and another one established under the name of the city administrator. Excuse me. However, the credit card program currently lists Ms. Lesser as an authorized business officer for the city of Kewaunee. In order to authorize Visa to change this status, a resolution or adopted minutes would need to be forwarded to Visa in order to make this change. Karen Bukowski is currently also listed as an authorized business officer, but 2 should be the standard. Therefore, the city administrator is requested to be added to replace Ms. Lesser. The attached resolution is designed to implement this change. This is just administrative cleanup. Staff recommends approval of resolution number 2024 to 2044. So I would entertain a motion that we adopt resolution number 2024-2044, removing Joanne Lesser as authorized business officer and adding Heath Eddy as authorized business officer for the city's Visa credit card program.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8G, authorize items recommended by the Lighthouse Preservation Committee. At their June 20th, 2024 meeting, the Lighthouse Preservation Committee made a few recommendations for consideration and approval by Common Council. A, the committee approved Jack Heffernan as the chairperson, subject to approval by Common Council. B, locating a donation pillar in the Jane and Don Smith Lighthouse Park adjacent to the breakwater access. C, authorizing temporary installation of a lighthouse clock inside the Pierhead Lighthouse during the summer months on an annual basis for up to 5 years. Item A should be self-evident, though council could decide that confirmation by council is not necessary. Item B would involve the physical installation of a small structure that would essentially be an intake for any donations from visitors into or out of the Pierhead Lighthouse. See the attached image. Item C is a question for the council to resolve. Does this particular item need council authorization since it's a donated movable item, similar to tables and chairs previously installed inside the lighthouse? Or does council want to treat this differently since it's an item specific to the operations of the lighthouse and other locations that likely occurred at the Pierhead Lighthouse and therefore require specific authorization? Analysis. Attached are the approved minutes from the Lighthouse Preservation Committee with their summary discussion of the above items above. Also note that the roof has encountered some leaking that the committee will discuss with the contractor involved in the installation. That shouldn't require immediate authorization from the council, though if additional work is necessary beyond what was previously approved, it will come before the council. Lighthouse Preservation Committee recommended these for consideration by council. There is no fiscal impact. Recommended motions. A, I move we accept Jake Heffernan as chairperson of the Kewaunee Lighthouse Preservation Committee. B, I move we authorize the installation of a donation pillar in the Jane and Don Smith Lighthouse Park in the location as specified by the committee. C, I move we permit the installation of a donated lighthouse clock within the Pierhead Lighthouse during the summer months for a period of up to 5 years. I would entertain those motions all as one motion, if that's okay. So if that's all right, I would entertain that motion for A, B, and C at the same time.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? If no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8H, financial report for June 2024. Are there any questions on the June 2024 financial report?
Did I see where the attorney was using the attorney cost 7,000 for that month, 7,000 something? I'd have to look it up. I was just wondering if there's a way to cut down on those kind of costs.
The attorney?
Yeah, if it could be done through the municipalities, legal municipalities on.
It's possible. I can say that some of the things that are involved, there's a lot of things that are coming up before law enforcement right now that are being worked through. It's difficult, trust me. I mean, I I can't tell you the last time I personally reached out to the city attorney myself. I try to keep everything as a minimum as we can, and I know the same thing with the administrator and our chief. But unfortunately, some of the things that come before us, it's just can't be
Yeah.
hardly done any other way. And
Just-
but everyone is certainly mindful of that. And I know with Heath, there are things he does run through the league on occasion that certainly they can answer. It's more of a generic what have you. But that's a good point.
Well, I think we had asked on the finance committee whether or not they had turned it over, you know, that the police department was utilizing the new attorney from Algoma that we had contracted with. And Heath was gonna check on it, and he wasn't at our last meeting, so there hasn't been any follow-up. So he thought, he wasn't sure if that was a change
that's-
that,
Kind of different. I mean, that initially was a lot of traffic court
right,
general
Right.
type things. Some of the things that we're facing, could possibly get done through him as well,
right.
or that office.
Well, that was. the
Some of these
intention.
changes are, or some of these cases are a larger scope
Yeah.
of issues.
But that was the intention originally, and Keith
Right.
wasn't sure it was followed through with yet to make the changeover, so that, we were thinking that might be what's accounting for that larger sum. Because the
That-
changeover hadn't been made yet.
Right, and that's something I guess, let's see if finance can follow back up with that and just kind of see where some of those are, and if that transition will bring that cost down a little bit, because that was the whole idea on
Right, and that's.
hiring the second attorney,
Right,
so,
we didn't get it, it didn't get followed up at our last meeting, but
okay.
we'll follow up
Okay.
on next meeting and
Thank
find
you.
out for sure.
Any further discussion on the financial reports?
I don't know if anyone noticed, at the library, the one that's attached to your packet is again wonky. It was wonky, I don't know, like a month ago, and I let Joanne know. And she was able to fix it and get me a better copy, but so maybe Karen just grabbed the wrong copy, or I don't know if it's something in the system. It's like-
Or got lost in transition?
Yeah, well, the lines are like off.
Yeah.
So like, you'll see that I'm like, 9,000% over. It's just that my lines, are off. So I don't know. Joanne was able to fix it that one time and give me a copy that made sense. So just wanted to let you know that I'm not that.
And I would imagine that report's being generated through Bowman, I'm guessing, so they apparently didn't realize the output of what that looks like. It may look fine on the screen and then it prints.
This happened prior to Joanne ever leaving.
Okay,
Joanne was.
but I'm saying Bowman, now that they're taking over generating these reports, they may not know that they need to do that adjustment, so.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm not
have to-
sure what how to fix it. Just,
Okay.
that's not how my budget should have been. Okay.
It's not
No,
good.
we'll follow up with that too.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the finance reports for June 2024?
Oh,
One second.
Please call the roll.
Conley,
Yes.
Brown. Yes. Brewster,
Aye.
Anderson,
aye.
Nelson. Aye.
Motion carried. Item 9, are there any announcements?
Yes.
Okay,
I did attend the Lake Haven, anniversary, and I just wanted to say they did make, 2 contributions into our community. One went to the school for $5,000 and $5,000 to Special Olympics. I was really excited about that. I thought that was a really wonderful contribution. When you have a local business that makes that kind of investment in our community, I think it really says a lot.
Talking bull rat?
Bull rat,
From the Lake Haven.
yeah, at their 150th celebration. Yep. So that was my.
any other announcements? Thank you, Robin.
Ludington's back, patched the pilings, everything went pretty smooth, there's just a small few adjustments that we made to the outside of the pilings. And then just so anybody's aware, if you walk down there, you'll notice some of the concrete cakes on the sidewalk are cracked. Michael's aware of it, they are gonna be making that right. I have a meeting with one of their head guys coming up in the near future, so if anybody complains, know what it is. We're aware, and they will be held responsible to fix them, so.
Motion to adjourn? Open.
My pen died. I'll make a motion, Victor. Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you all. So Carol, that was last month. Joanne corrected it.
Yeah, it might have been the June number that I believe. Yeah, well, like you'll see, like it's a line item where I have $150 instead of that, you know. Unless Karen's able to get it corrected,
Stop
but
by
she said she
the-
was.
Does she do those reports though?
What's that?
One second.
You did, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I told him there's no hurry.
Yeah, he's finishing up a couple of my stuff, I know.
I think it's-
And I am too, I told him I just.
Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, he has a few.
So like, see these lines here, my budgeted amount is $150 and it's saying, like, so this is my book line, that's probably what I spent. But see how it's off the line.
Has all of.
I mean, so it's showing that I'm 9,282%.
He also had.
You know what I'm saying? So it's completely wonky. So this happened, I mean, I could go back and look at my emails. I let Joanne know and then she sent me the new copy.
Oh,
Um,
so maybe that came out.
So I'm wondering if either Karen maybe grabbed if there was a wrong one or something, or it's done it again. However, they had to fix it. I don't know how Joanne fixed it, but. I'm just picturing it's almost like a spreadsheet that it's like off in a bunch, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take a picture of it.
Putting composite materials on the base.